All right. First thing we're going to talk about is the important files and folders that are located in DCS. And they're actually located within the game folders themselves. And like here, you can see I have both my installs for Open Alpha and Open Beta. They're directly on my C drive. Okay. Uh, Never install in Windows. Program files 86 or 32, either one. Bad place. Always install it in the open on your main drive, or if you got a game drive, of course, that's where you go. But a couple of the folder areas that you mainly need to be concerned with is one, when we have custom skins and so forth, they'll be located in Bazaar, liveries, and then within the liveries file, you can find the folders to your planes and so forth, like E51. Every plane, any plane that's in the game is on here. Yeah.
Hey Bulldog, can I make a recommendation that as we put skins in, we use Jisme for it? That way we're not losing stuff with updates and things.
Yeah. We will. They just need to be structured, and sometimes we don't get them. I don't get them structured before people grab them. But yeah, that's what I plan on doing for sure. Anyways, that's the main area where we're going. When you're doing the skins, a lot of people don't know where their documentation is for the game and so forth. It's located right here in Documents. The charts that I put up that you guys seen when we was talking about mission editing and stuff like that, they're in here as well. The ground and VAD charts. Your GUI manual and stuff, everything that leads you through DCS. For planes and so forth, you can come down here into your mods section, aircraft, and any plane that you want, and like the L39, documents, and you'll have manuals for each and every plane. The planes that have full flight manuals and stuff, they'll be located here. Some of them don't always have a full flight manual; they'll just have a quick start manual. Still, they'll be located in the same place.
That may not apply to the mod aircraft.
Mod aircraft will usually not come with documentation. And the only other difference is, I know, like with the F-86, when it first came out, it was actually located in a different area as well. I think it was in core mods. But it was just skins. Okay. So it doesn't matter. Still, those are the two places. The Bazaar for your skins, documents for reading material and information about the game. GUI, that's your mission editor, everything. Combined arms, if you have that, you can find that down here as well in mods through tech, I believe. No.
You're right. It was in tech.
Was it? I thought it was in tech.
It is.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it was mixed up. And there's your manual for combined arms. So, just things to know. When you know where them files are, the better off you are. The main file that you'll be using mostly and for a lot of different things, you'll find in your users file, your name, saved games, and either version that you're working with. Now, default, you will not have all these files in here. Certain files like profiles, templates, scripts, new skins, those are all folders that I have made, and you don't hurt anything by doing so. And also what I do with these particular files is I create a shortcut to these files, which is really easy to do. You just click down here, create shortcut, drag it to your desktop, rename it what you want. Like here you can see this is my DCS alpha shortcut for this folder. This is my DCS alpha, and here's my beta user folder. Alpha user folder, beta user folder, and it brings me, so instead of having to navigate through your user file, your name, and then into save games, and then just to eventually to get here, you can shortcut it. But in here, this when we get into talking about saving stick profiles and so forth, this is what you guys need to build, and this is the place to build it. Will be in your user folder. Okay, and again, these are all folders that I have put in there, and inside each one of these folders I have profiles for each one of my settings on for my controls. Now these particular controls right here, what I did is
those are generated by the game, right?
No.
No.
Well, yeah,
the files are.
The files are generated by the game, but they are not saved here by the game. Okay?
Oh, I thought it saved it in the user folder.
Yeah, they do, right here in your config input.
Okay.
This is what your config input folder looks like.
Alright, because now I got a word hog and everything's freaking. I gotta do everything all over again.
Okay.
That's an extra folder he made just to put his profiles in so he knows where they're at.
Right. Because your config settings are default, and they're written in a way like I just showed you. Like here, I have, well, let's go to the 109. Okay, here's your joystick settings. They're not there. Here's your keyboard settings. There's the default of your last save, and that's it.
If you don't save it, it doesn't build a...
Well, it's because they're all right here.
Yeah.
They're all in that one file. Okay? And you can't access this file to, if you have to redo your controls or something happens to the plane, you have to reinstall a plane, or you're going from one version to another. Now, when we went from version 1.2 to 1.5, a lot of people copied their config folder and just brought it over, and it worked fine. They had their controllers and everything. They didn't have to reset up anything. But going from
well, if they have new key bindings and stuff, it might screw you up.
Well, yeah, exactly, and that's why I come in here. I create a folder with profiles, like for my A10C. And what it does is this gives me complete control over what goes into my profile commands and so forth. And we'll cover that here real soon of exactly how to do that.
So then when you do load a profile, you're loading it from that file location?
Yes. Yeah, like
okay.
when we're in game and I click on a column and I say load profile, I direct the directory back to here, to wherever it is, and grab it. This is what I grab.
You do it for each in particular plane, right?
Each particular plane for each particular input.
And each column, yeah.
Yep. Throttle, stick, pedals, MFDs 1 and 2, and
when you
keyboard.
save a profile, it's per column.
Yes.
It only saves one column.
It only saves one at a time.
Column.
You can't just click save.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it did the whole thing.
No.
Well, the advantage to doing it that way is if you only want to change one column, like say your keyboard inputs, you can change it without changing anything else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think that's why they did it that way.
It's awesome. Once you get used to it, you'll go, wow. I mean, it is. It's the nicest, easiest thing. I can literally take a plane that's not at all set up and be ready to roll in under 60 seconds.
Okay.
So, and that's what makes it so nice. And that's what we're I'm gonna show you how to do that as soon as we're done walking through the JSGME install. But anyways, you can put other folders and stuff in here. Screenshots and stuff, that's all automatic. That's all game generated. Templates is a thing that I put in there. Just kind of gives you a safe place to hold stuff. Your tracks, like your in-game tracks that you take, will all be located in here. And I'm pretty sure you got to have them turned on. Your options depend on how you want to save them, you know. But
they automatically save.
They do automatically save, yes.
Every time you fly, there's going to be a track.
Yeah. If you have, I think there's an option, though. An option to save every track like that, or it just saves one track at a time. Like you'll fly, it'll save that track. When you fly again, it basically
It'll just save the last track you flew.
Exactly, and that's a better way to say it. Save the last track, exactly. And we'll look at that when we get in the game. So,
it'd be a good idea to go in there periodically and purge them out if you don't plan on using the tracks then, because it looked like some of them files were pretty good size.
Absolutely, yeah. And I do. I kind of make it, anything that's going to eat up a lot of space on a hard drive, like screenshots, your tracks, even TacView. TacView does the same thing for the people that purchase TacView. If you haven't went into your documents and TacView, it does exactly the same thing. It'll save every time you enter a flight in DCS. It'll put up a file. So you can see here. This is just in the last. This is
about
today.
100 megabytes, huh?
Yeah, they're not big. Fortunately, TacView's pretty minimalistic. But just those are areas that you can check, clean out from time to time. If you find stuff that you want to keep, I just rename it. And also, if you want to share them, what works really good is I had one of these. I think it was the one that says dog with animal, whatever. And I just posted it to TeamSpeak. The guys grabbed it. We did an online deal. And everybody sees the same thing, same time. It's pretty neat. Great learning tool, and we can go over this sometime. How you can use this to really help, like with trapping, dogfights. If you're bombing targets, if you're learning how to evade enemy radar and SAMs and things like that. I mean. It's useful. It shows everything in a generic sort of way. So anyways, that's that. You guys got any questions about the user folder and stuff? Creating desktop? I always change the icons on things. I don't know if you guys know how to do that. It's pretty simple. You got generic icons that you can always use. Basically just go to your properties, and sometimes this layout will be a little bit different, but then you just go to change icon. You can browse if